playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, it was March 10th against the Orlando Magic. So it's been a while, and you're unique among the Grizzlies in that you're in a spot where obviously you went to the bubble, but because of injury, you weren't able to participate in the seeding games and the play-in game against Portland. Given all the time that's gone between your last game and the ones coming up here, obviously in this restart, how long do you think it'll take you to get back into a rhythm, especially considering all of the issues with COVID and the way that the team's integrating stuff getting into training camp?
Yeah, I think that's one of the main and biggest questions is how quickly can guys get back into game shape. And the best way to do that is by playing and playing games. So hopefully, I've been trying to get in the best shape as possible. Feel really good with where I am personally. I know a lot of guys are feeling the same way. We've just been grinding, getting after it, trying to condition ourselves, and so we can, the ramp up period, is quick. We hop right into games, with only a few days of practice under our belt. So, just trying to get our game legs, ready and up under us, and hopefully, the transition will be smooth and we'll be in pretty good shape. So I'm feeling good personally. I know I'm ready for the season to get going. And like you said, it's been a while since I've been able to play. So I'm eager and excited to get going.
We'll go to Teresa Walker.
Tyus, as you watch the team finish up in Orlando and you saw Ja finish that season, what's the expectation for this team? No matter what the season, if it resembles a normal season as much as possible, but what can this team do to take a next step? And specifically, what do you expect out of Ja now that he's had a season in the league?
I expect, all of us, as a team, first and foremost, to take that next step forward, to build on what we did last year. I think last year we were just laying the foundation. We had high expectations for ourselves, but I know everyone was kind of overlooking us. And so, we kind of surprised a lot of people to a certain extent, but that's what we expected out of our locker room. And so we hold ourselves to a high standard. We want to take, that next step forward and improve on what we did last year. And I think the same goes for 12. He holds himself to a high standard. He expects a lot out of himself. And that's what you love about him. He's never satisfied. He's never, he never settles. He's continuing to work, continuing to grind. And, he wants to be even better this year than he was last year. And he wants to take the next step, for himself as well. And I envision that. I see himself being even better than he was last year. And just with a season under his belt, more comfortable, more familiar with the system, the NBA game, everything like that. And so I'm excited for him because I know it'll be a big year.
Evan Barnes.
Tyus, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. Two things. One, how has the dad life been now that you're back out of the bubble? How's that been for you? And also, we saw your brother got drafted. Just kind of what was that process like being able to watch him, and how excited are you to see his NBA career get going?
Being a dad is the most amazing thing in the world. So just been enjoying that. Being in the bubble was difficult. Being away from my son, just not being, all you want to do is be around them 24/7. So getting a chance to get home and be with him and spend that time was amazing. And I'm, very thankful and cherish, every single day, just because it was tough in the bubble being away from him and seeing, they hit so many different, growth spurts, checkpoints. Don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but they start to develop at such a quick rate the younger they are. So definitely don't want to miss out on any of those things. So it's been great to be back home and be around him. And as far as my brother goes, yeah, I'm extremely excited for him. I'm extremely happy. He put the work in. It's been a dream and goal of ours for us both to play in the NBA since we were little. Like we always dreamed about it, talked about it. Like we were literally texting yesterday morning, just with the first day of of everything, training camp getting started, like, this is what we talked about. Like, this is what we always talked about. And we always knew it would happen, just because we're confident in each other. But, like, it's really here now. Like, we're both in the NBA. We're both about to, start this. I'm starting year 6. He's starting year 1. And it's like, it's really here. So extremely happy for him. He just puts the work in, and he deserves it. So excited for him.
Drew Hill.
Tyus, we saw tweets last night. Obviously, game didn't go the way you expected. When do you think you'll finally stop hearing from Xavier and Jaren about it? And do you hope Duke gets a second chance at Michigan State this year?
I'm not gonna hear from Xavier about it because he's a rookie. So I'm gonna make sure we're gonna end that right away. But Jaren, of course, I walked in today and he walks in at the same time. And so that's the first thing he talks about. And so I won't hear the end of it from JJ, but I know they'll both let me have it, throughout the year. And yeah, I hope we can get that rematch, maybe in the tournament. And we'll be good. We'll take care of business then. So, yeah, we jumped out to an early lead, so I was feeling good, feeling confident, and then the tables turned on me. So I should have waited to send out some of those tweets, I guess. But you live and you learn.
Pete Baranica.
Hey, Tyus. Obviously, crazy off season. Can you tell us a little bit about the process in terms of communicating with coaches and performance staff between the bubble and now the run up to this season?
Yeah, I think we were in constant communication. Myself, just with all the coaches, not only Taylor, but our assistant coaches as well, and just staying in constant communication. They did a great job of kind of allowing guys to have their freedom, getting a chance to get home and spending time with our families in these tough times. Obviously, that the world's going through with COVID, but they also gave us the freedom, like I said, to spend that downtime with our families, and also trusting us to continue to put the work in and continue to stay in shape and be ready for this next season. And did a great job communicating with our performance staff as well, and we were all kind of on the same page with stuff. And guys are looking really good, heading into this season. So I'm excited for it. I think everyone's just ready to get it going.
Sean Coleman.
Tyus, welcome back. It's going to be really exciting to see you back on the court. Last year, it did seem like, beyond, obviously the tremendous value your passing adds, there was a significant step forward when it came to your shooting, especially from distance. It was exciting to see something Memphis certainly needs, to stay competitive and continue exceeding expectations. Your approach this season with that part of your game, it definitely seems like there were, great results last year. Does your approach change going into this year, and do you feel like that's going to continue being a big emphasis for you when you're out on the court?
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that we good?
You're good now.
Okay. Yeah, that was something that I focused on and that I talked with Coach about during the season last year. And I mean, even going into this season now, was just being aggressive, looking to score the ball as well, shooting the ball. Felt like I shot the ball well, especially after kind of the first part of the season. Felt like I settled in, got comfortable, started looking for my shot more, got more familiar with the system and things like that. So looking to hit the ground running as far as that goes this year. And yeah, so definitely something that, I feel like I can bring to the team is my 3-point shooting. And so looking to continue to build on that. Like I said, hit the ground running as far as that goes this year.
Peter Edmiston.
Yeah, Tyus, we talked about the game last night in Cameron Indoor. It was very weird to see no fans and to not have the Cameron crazies. It was a very odd atmosphere. Obviously, the bubble was really odd as well. And some teams will have fans, some teams won't. There'll be a few fans here and there. how does it affect the way you prepare and play a game when you can hear so much more, when you could talk so much more, and there's just not that energy from the crowd that picks you up?
Yeah, it's extremely different. It really makes you just kind of lock in on the game, but it's some guys benefit from the fans and from that feeling of crowds yelling at you or your home crowds kind of pushing you, and some guys could care less either way. So it just depends, but it definitely affects the game to a certain extent. I think it kind of takes away the home court advantage to a certain extent. So I think there will be, I don't know what the numbers will be. I know, like, just with college, for example, like last night, I know the crazies have a crazy impact on the games, and it's going to be a much more difficult task, I think, to just defend home court without being able to rely on, a student section, or like for the NBA, for example. I think certain arenas that won't allow fans, it'll be different, on a night-to-night basis. Just teams will have to lock in and kind of create their own energy. So it does make a huge difference, I think. And I know person to person, it kind of depends, who you're asking, but I think it makes a difference. You just got to be a pro and lock in and show up ready to handle business.
Any other questions for Tyus? All right. Thank you, Tyus, for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.